Okay, good morning, Father Frank. You just came back from the Philippines after the launching of this important report on mining. Can you tell us about, in brief, the situation of mining in the Philippines and its impact on food productivity?
Yeah, I think we were all quite shocked, really, and that's Claire Short, the former Minister for International Development in the UK. That's how she described her experience in the Philippines, and she'd been to many countries throughout the world as minister. Quite shocked with the extent of the mining proposals for the Philippines, because a whole archipelago of 7,107 islands has been offered for exploration and mining.
100% ownership and control.
100% ownership, 100% repatriation of profits, and people are worried. The country is a mega diverse country. It's already under great stress because of the destruction of the tropical forests, and that will impact upon all the other species of plants and animals and Filipinos. I think it's a beautiful country, thousands of islands of beauty, called the Pearl of the Orient, and all of that is put in peril by this promotion of mining by the Philippine government. So it's quite scandalous, really. Lots of people are worried. There's a whole division as well, conflict between this promotion of mining by the national government, making it a priority, and the concerns of people for food. So the report is called Mining Our Food, and people depend on food. It's a mountainous country of great beauty. Most of the rice production is in the lowlands. So it is not just where the mining is going to be up in the uplands. In some areas it's going to be in areas where there's actually rice fields. But it impacts the indigenous peoples. There are thousands of indigenous peoples. All of their lands are being impacted. And the sea, so it's from the mountains right down to the sea will be impacted. So I think one of the situations then is, how do people, and the people are protesting about this, they're very concerned, and because once the rice is destroyed, how do people live? There's a big population of more than 90 million now that's going to reach by 2030 over 130 million. So how are people going to survive? Mining is a very short-term activity, and because it's going to be large scale, it's the impacts are very destructive. They talk about rehabilitation, but it's very hard to rehabilitate big holes in the ground. It also, because the Philippines is high rainfall, in some areas there are typhoons. They have already impacted mines like the Rapu-Rapu mine, and so the impacts are great. The seismic activity in one of the areas we're in last year in March, I think in about a month there were 18 earthquakes. So imagine what would happen if there's a tailings dam broken or a breach, which happened in Philippine experience before. The mine in Marinduque, that island, the sea has been severely impacted. One of the areas, Mindoro, where we went, the people there, some of them came from Marinduque, and the governor around there doesn't want to see their sustainability plans for the island.
A point there, Frank, the Marinduque toxic tailings tragedy in 1991, I think.
Yes.
Has the Marinduque, the Mark Copper, for example, have they paid up Have they really compensated the victims of
We
this?
understand that they have not, even as yet. That the government, the local government, have to take a case, and again, so that may take years, and again, there's no the outcome may be that they get nothing.
You use a word that's very striking. The government creating this mining investment defense. Now, a whole network using the military, the police, local politicians, national government to protect mining interests, the interests of the mining corporations as against the interests of indigenous peoples, the locals, and the future generations, no? Because it has to be sustainable.
It's intergenerational, yeah. It's concerned to the future. Yes, so it shows as well the conflict that is there already, and the bishops in 2006 in their statement said that one of the impacts of this mining act is going to be increased conflict, and that's already happening in Mindanao and other areas. It's dividing communities. We even heard as well that families are being divided, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, and so it's a very, very divisive kind of thing in the Philippines, and especially like when food of people, the government is saying that this is going to alleviate poverty. But I think from all the research that Dr. Goodland did in the last 12 months, and from all our experience before, we say that mining is not going to help eradicate poverty in the Philippines. It's actually going to increase it. The net benefit to the Philippines, even one of the secretaries before of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Secretary Reyes, said is going to be from nil to zero, is the kind of a benefit for the Philippines. The report actually said it's going to be negative, because it's not just money you have to take into account, it's also the impact on the environment and rice production, fisheries for into the future. Mines last maybe 20, 30 years. Large-scale mining in the Philippines, open cast because it's a country with seismic activity. I think that's the main reason. But then where do you put the tailings? Because there are thousands of tons. Like I say, some of the big open cast mines in the world have tailings to be disposed of on a daily basis of 100,000 tons, up to 300,000 tons. So where is all of that going to go? Where do you put that safely? Because it has toxic waste. Or where is that going to be put? So there have been issues of putting that into the sea, as if it's not going to affect the
underwater life.
Yeah, underwater life, because we still don't know enough about life in the sea, and it's already been impacted very badly. And Philippines already have a problem trying to get fish because of other fishing people coming in from other countries taking Filipino fish. So all of that is endangered. So it's going to create very large problems. We know as well that for the National Irrigation Authority, it's become a problem. That they're asking questions about it, but these questions are not being heard by national government. The Department of Agriculture as well, so they're going to be badly impacted. Now, for the international community as well, who have given millions and probably billions of aid to the Philippines for irrigation, for reforestation, all of this needs to say, well, that's all going to be for nothing.
So what can we do now? We just do we have much time to reverse the situation?
Well, one of there isn't much time. If all of this is implemented, hopefully with the crisis, the financial crisis, that will slow everything down. So it gives people a breathing space to look at the situation more and to try and find ways of resolving.
Thank you.